Body, shake, shake your body, baby. Shake your body, shake your body. Calling out around the hood. Are you ready for a brand new beat? Diddy's free and the time is right for freak offs in the street, down in lots of crystal. Slap your homeboy's ass. To hell with Cassie. All we need is Johnson and Johnson. Baby oil is everywhere. Freak offs in the street. Ow! Damn, that was beautiful. Martha and the Vandellas. I'm sorry. What's up, guys? This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. I hope all is well with you. Guys, if you don't mind, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure you remain subscribed. And also, if you don't mind, if you care to, you can always contribute to this impoverished channel through hitting the Super Thanks feature on each and every one of my videos. I greatly appreciate everyone who has done that. Now, guys, of course, I know Diddy is not, in fact, free. So don't get into the comments talking about, he's really not free. I know. But you couldn't tell that to the people who were having freak-offs in the street. They were dancing in the streets. And I want to talk about that, guys. But first, let us get into where we stand with Diddy, okay? And we have this here, and this is on Yahoo.com, Yahoo News. And it says, Sean Diddy Combs verdict, live updates. Hip-hop mogul denied bail after being found guilty on 2 out of 5 counts, acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but this really didn't come as a surprise to me. And guys, I've gone on record as saying I cannot stand P. Diddy. I've been hating him since he was Puff Daddy. You realize everybody on his record label of Bad Boy got a bad deal? The biggest star, pretty much the only star on Bad Boy Records is P. Diddy, and he is the least talented of all, if you don't count being a leech off real talent, okay? When you look at all of the acts on there, you look at Total, you look at 112, you look at The Lox, you look at Carl Thomas, you look at Gina Thompson. I mean, there were so many of them, and most tragically, B.I.G., Craig Mack, nobody made out well on Bad Boy. And there's a reason for that, guys. You know what I mean? This dude is not just some party guy who looks freaking retarded, with shades and likes to party. No, there's something else there, guys. I know it. I came up on those streets around the same time as P. Diddy. I was from around that area, and I heard things in the street, things that I did not respect, okay? So anyway, at a hearing Wednesday evening, talking about last week, Judge Arun Subramanian denied the defense's request that Combs be released on $1 million bond while he awaits sentencing. Now, when he heard that he was found not guilty of these 3 charges, I guess it was, he told his kids, Daddy's coming home, Daddy's coming home, kids. I'll be right there. Take that, take that. Turns out that's not the case. He spoke too soon. They're going to keep him there. And as you can see, P. Diddy assumed the position. I imagine he's very familiar with this position. Face down, ass up. That's the way I like to. Anyway, Sean Diddy Combs will remain in jail while he awaits sentencing for his conviction on 2 counts of prostitution-related offenses, a judge decided Wednesday evening. Once again, guys, for everybody who's outraged that this has happened, you heard nothing, at least in the media, that actually established his guilt when it came to these things. Yes, we know he whooped Cassie's ass. That did not look good on camera. Yes, like I said, I've always suspected that he's been into dirty dealings, right? But it seems to me like they didn't prove their case. You know what I mean? And if you don't prove your case, guess what? Diddy walks. So hours earlier, jurors in Combs' federal criminal trial found the hip-hop mogul guilty on 2 of the 5 counts filed against him, acquitting him of the other 3. The 12-member panel acquitted Combs of racketeering and sex trafficking, the most serious charges, but found him guilty of prostitution-related offenses. Okay, so we all know that's what's going on, right? I seriously doubt, unfortunately, that this dude is going to get any real time over this. You know what I mean? Like, initially, he was facing life imprisonment. That's just not going to happen on any level at this point, okay? So that's not even the point of what I'm talking about here. I just want to show you guys something. You've all seen it, but it proves the point that I was talking about. This is the ugly side of the they-them theory that I've been talking about. Now let's take a look at this. Once again, the dirty-ass cesspool sewage that is X. Now, we saw this last week, okay? So let's get into this. This is the street's reaction to P. Diddy Combs being found innocent or not guilty of any of two of those charges, all right? This is what we saw, okay? Check it out. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Me neither, y'all. All right, so you saw what I saw, guys. I tell you, it's vomit inducing. I hate it. You know, I love to see black people happy. I love to see black people celebrating. I don't have a problem with that, but that's not what we're looking at here, guys. What we're looking at are people who are so twisted by their hatred and resentment of white people that they would be dancing in the streets for a guy that you actually saw whooping a woman's ass, okay? Now, he wasn't on trial for that. He didn't get convicted of that. However, you know that's what he did. You don't dance in the streets for a guy like that unless you're a guy who is out there with your dirty drawers showing to the whole public. You're this dude over here, who knows what he's reaching for. Police, I think he's got it. Anyway, yeah, okay, so you got that going on. They're dancing, blah, 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 blah. And then you have it, the showstopper right here. We're talking about homegirl here in the blue, whatever the hell that is she's got on her hair. Seaweed, I don't know what that is, guys. I can only imagine what's living under there. Okay, but there it is. She begins to dance. And of course, what always happens, happens. Let's check it out, shall we? Yeah. Yep. The wig didn't just fall off. She took it off. Once again, exposing the, I don't know if that's Play-Doh. Like, I don't know what this is, right? And she's wearing, what is this, underwear? Is this briefs? Like, I swear to you guys, this can't be real, right? I swear to you, they have to be paid actors. They have to be agitators. You know, this is not what people do. But except for the fact that they want to try to encourage the they-them thing. Because you know what we're supposed to be thinking here. Well, I bet they are going to hate that P. Diddy got off. I can't wait to see what their reaction is going to be. You know how they can be. You know what I mean? Watch them. So that's what that is. And like I said, all right, let's just finish this off real quick before I bring this thing home. Doesn't have to be a long video. Bro, you're on national TV. Everybody is filming you. White woman here laughing it up, okay? Bro. Okay. So, like I said, this is what we're looking at. And unfortunately, the whole world sees it. And this is what happens when we lose our sense of morals, when we lose our standards. All right. There are going to be inevitably some people who have a hard time with what I'm saying here. All right, because you want to excuse anything. You want to excuse any type of disgusting behavior because ultimately we don't have standards. We don't have any real human expectations of each other. So we can excuse any type of behavior, no matter how disgusting it might look. This man beat a woman, even though he's not going to jail for it. Why would you celebrate him? You know what I'm saying? You're going to celebrate him. But those same people will come on to my video and call me the coon, because I'm saying this is not what we should be showing our children. This is not what we celebrate in this graduation season. We're celebrating our kids. You know, we're celebrating them going forward. You don't dance in the street for something like this. You know what I mean? But once again, this is the danger of the they them mentality. You know, I can't wait for them to see this. Wait till they see this. Meanwhile, you're not thinking about what it means to you. You know, what it shows yourself about what's going on, about how you have supported this man and others like him. All right. He might have been found not guilty on sex trafficking or racketeering or whatever, but you do know that he beat a woman. You do know that he jerked his artists out of money if you hear them tell it, right? You don't celebrate something like that. If anything, you just sit back and say, wow, they had a weak case, like me, you know? I can't stand the dude, but I can admit they had a weak case. Things probably happened the way they should have. I'm sorry that it did because I believe he's overdue for justice, but the dancing in the street thing, you're only going to see that. Like we saw that with OJ too, by the way, like way back in the day, black people dancing in the streets, because once again, this is not a new affliction. They, them is not a new affliction. Unfortunately, as I said before, black people only recognize themselves as black because they see themselves as what they consider to be the opposite of white. And I just think there's no end to how sad that is. But anyway, guys, there it is. Just wanted to show that to you. As always, you can get in the comment section, and remember, the point of this is not to dump on black people, right? The point of this is not to dump on white people. We're talking about no they, them. You know, I'm going against that whole idea. And I'm not here to be encouraging hatred towards black people, no matter how disgusting that display might be. What I'm trying to do is make people understand that you are a human being. And as a human being, you should have standards. You should have morals. And you should expect better of yourself. And if you're going to celebrate someone, it shouldn't be this person. But anyway, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about all of this. As always, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. Thank you for everyone who contributes to the super thanks on my videos. And I will catch you on the next one. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. Rock on.